Just to give you an idea of the poverty level in that area. The pastor there, Pastor Alberto, he actually is a pastor in several different villages in that area, and he actually owns a construction company, and they built a church right there in that village, and the church in the village looks like a huge temple compared to all the houses there. Most of the houses are dirt floors, sticks, and sheets, kind of strung up and lean-to style. Some thin metal, if they're lucky to get their hands on some metal, they have that. And just the things that we take for granted every single day. Electricity. No, I think maybe 2 homes in the entire village had electricity when they could afford to pay the bill to have electricity. And it's just it was amazing to me to see the amount of things that they do without every single day that I feel like I have to have, or that I feel like I'm gonna, go insane if I'm not able to have this or that. I think that's pretty much it for me. When you're watching the video, the very last video is actually, I had cracked my camera halfway through the trip, so some of the pictures aren't that good. But there's light coming in on some of them, but you'll get the basic idea of what I was trying to do here. But the very last one is a bunch of video snips that I had taken while there. So I'm using my camera and kind of walking, and it's kind of wiggle wobbling. So if you don't get dizzy, you'll enjoy it. But it's kind of hard to watch at first. But it'll take you through the village, the roads of the village. It'll take you through into some of the homes and encounter some of the people there. And hopefully we'll give you a good idea. And honestly, Nate had asked at the beginning, what would we do to change the world if we had money? If money and time was not an issue. And I can honestly say, even though this is something that Justin and I have done, and something that I want to continue to do, I don't have a plan. I don't have a set, this is what I want to do. This is what, if I had money, this is what I would do. I really don't know what I would do, honestly. But I know I need to do something. I can't just sit back and not do anything. So hopefully y'all will enjoy this next video.
All these pieces Across the world, millions of children do extremely hazardous work and harmful conditions that prevents them from getting education and is harmful to their physical, mental, and social development. There are 168 million children worldwide trapped in child labor, accounting for almost 11% of the overall child population. The average education level of children in developing countries is 3rd grade. In Guatemala, a 7-year-old child can legally work 32 hours. Worldwide, 600 million children are living in extreme poverty. About half the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day. More than 1.1 billion people lack access to electricity and modern forms of energy. 6.3 million children under 5 years of age died in 2012, nearly 754 every hour. Nearly half of all deaths in children under age 5 are attributable to undernutrition. This translates into unnecessary loss of about 3 million children a year. 4 billion people live outside of the protection of the law. Hunger is the world's #1 health risk. It kills more people than AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined. 1 in 7 people in the world will go to bed hungry tonight. Over 300 million children will go to bed hungry every day. Every day, almost 16,000 children die from hunger-related causes. That's 1 child every 5 seconds. At least 10% of the world's population is thought to consume food irrigated by wastewater. Globally, 1.2 billion people, 22%, live on less than $1.25 a day. Among the poor living on $1.25 a day, half have electricity. One of the most critical needs in the fight against poverty is the need for clean water. Deaths from diseases caused by dirty water are easily preventable. Even so, lack of access to clean water continues to complicate life for those in poverty. Globally, at least 1.8 billion people use a drinking water source contaminated with feces. 663 million people worldwide rely on unimproved water sources, including 159 million dependent on surface water. Gender inequality, high birth rates, violence, conflict, and human rights violations are a few of the many social issues faced by children living in developing countries.
I'm looking up, holding out, pressing forward, without a doubt, longing for the things unseen, longing for the things I believe, my true country. We hope and wait for the glorious day, all tears will vanish, wiped away on the saints' day already shines, on the saints' day already shines, it already shines. And we'll be singing hallelujah, we'll be singing hallelujah at the top of our lungs, hallelujah, to your glory, hallelujah, hallelujah.
First of all, thank Justin and Becky for being willing to do what they did, because going there and fulfilling God's call in your life, I mean, it takes a huge step. It takes a big amount of faith to go do what they did, and then to come back and be willing to share it. Becky and I, like I said, have been praying and talking about this for a long time, and we wanted to have them give you some awareness and make you aware of some things going on there. And I wanted to give you a challenge. Thank you, Becky, for doing that video. Video editing takes a lot of time, and she's been putting a lot of work and a lot of prayer in these projects. And I just want to thank her and Justin and everybody for that. Now that you're aware of some of those things, you've talked about some ways that you feel like you want to change the world. I want to give you a last challenge. And as the band starts to play, this last song we're going to actually do is the key. It literally is what it takes for us to go out and be the change and to change the world. This morning, through watching that video, through hearing Becky and Justin share, through a moment in a song, God may be putting on your heart to do something like that, and to go across the seas or to go overseas and do a missions project. He may be calling you to support a mission or whatever it might be. But I can tell you this right now, if you are in here, and if you've accepted Christ into your heart, He has called us all to go out there and make a difference, and to shine the light and to be what God has called us to be. So I want to share a scripture with you real quick. And this is found in James chapter 2, verses 14 through 17. And it says this: "What good is it, dear brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but don't show it by your actions? Can that kind of faith save anyone? So Suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say, goodbye and have a good day. Stay warm and eat well. But then you don't give that person any food or clothing. What good does that do? So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it is dead and useless. We want to give you a wide variety of ways to go out there and be the change and change the world. And globally, you've heard some statistics today. You've seen some things that's going around. And for my last part, I want to challenge you to do some little things. A lot of little things can add up to make a big difference. Amen? Amen. I had a sister, I still do. But my sister had a project one time that she needed to raise some money for to go to an IYC trip. And she got one of those big money jugs. This isn't about money, but she had a big money, not money jug, a water jug that you get the water out of, and it was empty. And she wanted to save some money, so she just started throwing little spare change. Whenever she'd come in the door, started putting pennies, nickels, dimes here and there. And a lot of those little drops, little bits of change here and there, it ended up adding up to hundreds of dollars. And it made a big, big difference. And so I want to challenge you this morning, not with money, but with your own lives, with your attitudes, with who you are. It's a lot of little things that we do outside of this church that can make a big, big difference. There was a lady, you might have seen this online, but there was a lady in a restaurant in Michigan who was in line to buy some coffee and get some meal with her little daughter. And this just happened. This went viral on the internet. And there was two middle-aged women behind her in line. And these two middle-aged women started bullying her, started literally laughing to each other, making fun of this mother that was there with her kids, started making fun of her hair, started making fun of her weight, started saying things that hurt this woman very deeply. And I know we all can go through life in our flesh, right? We can want to react a certain way and our emotions can get the best of us. But this lady shares in a news report that with her little daughter there, she wanted to make a difference. She wanted to make a difference and be a change that these ladies might have needed in their lives. And so to set a good example for her daughter, she went up to the cashier and said, here you go, here's some extra money. I want to pay for whatever these ladies behind me order. I want to buy their coffee, I want to buy their meal. And when she got back to her car, she just started crying and crying and crying because what they said hurt really bad and she didn't like it. And her daughter saw that pain that she was experiencing because of what these ladies were saying. But ultimately, she wanted to set that a good example for her daughter. So I want to challenge you this morning. Once you shared with each other about what to do to change the world, if you're called to go out and do a missions project, whatever it is, I'm asking you to go out there and do the little things that God is calling you to do. Be the change today as you leave this place. Be the change for the person sitting right next to you today. Because I tell you what, if we're no different than the world out there, is the world really going to ever change? I really don't think so. So take this scripture, take it to heart, go out there, be the church that God has called you to be. And in order to do that, we have got to literally be overwhelmed by the presence of God and allow Him to do great things in